Woolen City. Notts County perhaps not brought as many because their supporters have got so used to the trip that they don't see it as anything as special these days. Wembley always presents a marvellous picture, and it's a great day out for so many supporters who never dreamt of seeing their team here at the famous Twin Towers. The Bradford City players being introduced, and we can go down to the touchline to hear from Bradford City's chairman, Geoffrey Richmond, who's with John Charles.
How much does it mean to the players and to the club, this?
Well, there is total commitment from the players. It's the team spirit that has got us here, and to the club it means a wonderful future. Well, win or lose, it's a wonderful future, but that wonderful future arrives a little quicker if we win.
Chris Kamara had two major decisions to make in naming his Bradford team, and he's gambled on winger Andy Kiwomya, who's not totally overcome a torn thigh muscle injury, but starts in preference to Tommy Wright. Eddie Yount has convinced Kamara that his knee will stand up to the rigours of Wembley, so his leadership qualities gain him a place, to the disappointment of David Brightwell. And what a day for Carl Shutt, who makes his Wembley debut at the age of 34. He tells me that months ago, when people were writing off Bradford chances, he said, "Don't worry, we'll be there and I'm going to get the winner." We shall see. Notts County's management team of Colin Murphy and Steve Thompson didn't have too much to deliberate in naming their side. The 14 on duty today will be the same who dispatched Crewe Alexandra in the semi-finals. Leading scorer Gary Martindale, whose goals brought County to Wembley, again starts with Gary Jones on the bench. Martindale has 26 goals this season, making the joint top scorer in Division 2. Referee from Wolverhampton today, a big day for him too, Gurnham Singh. There was a record crowd of over 43,000 yesterday for the third division playoff final, and the talk here is of the crowd today being well in excess of 40,000 as well. Notts County are in all yellow, and this man knows all about Wembley. He scored the winner here last season for Notts County against Ascoli in the Anglo-Italian Cup final. And Dave Bassett, you know all about Tony Agana.
Yeah, Tony did the winner, as you rightly say, in the Anglo-Italian. He did a great few years for me at Sheffield United with Brian Dean. He was then playing as a centre-forward, whereas Notts County are using him as a wide left player now. Experienced player because he played wide left for Welling.
There goes Kiwomya for Bradford, who's full of pace and full of running, and he'll take them on the outside, but I think even he won't retrieve that one. A thoughtful Chris Kamara, who's been plotting this match now for over 10 days, of course, since Blackpool were beaten. It's a thin dividing line between getting it right on the day and not. Telling players to go out and enjoy themselves, but at the same time getting the right result. Checked inside Finnan. Jacobs. Good ball through for Stallard. Hamilton pointing the way ahead. It's still Stallard. A big day too for Colin Murphy, who's been around the Football League scene for so many seasons. Derby County, that seems an eternity ago, doesn't it? Lincoln City, Southend United. And Jimmy Cyril sitting behind him there, who is Mr. Notts County surely. Martindale turning on the edge of that area, stumbling on the ball somewhat, and that helps Hamilton bring it away, and then he hesitated, and Barraclough's shot is gathered in by Gould. Son of Bobby, Jonathan Gould.
Yeah, I'm sure Bobby and his wife will be here today to see their son.
Stallard gets up well. He's not the tallest centre-forward, but he climbed well there. Centre-forward, he's wearing 10, but he's his central striker. Nicely knocked back into the path of Hamilton there by Shutt. Hamilton goes on, he's done really well here. Hamilton, and scores! A sensational goal for Bradford City. He is 19 years of age, and the fledgling footballer strikes one of the most famous goals in Bradford City history. He seemed to have no chance, he was falling all the time, and yet somehow found the space to ram a shot into the roof of the Notts County net.
Well, he's certainly worked hard there. He's stumbled. He's won a ball that's come down. It's a wicked bounce. There's a couple of defenders there. He stumbled his way through. It looked like Tony Gurnham and Strodden may have given a penalty away there. But he got through and he's finished well.
Des Hamilton, goal number 6 of his season. Chris Kamara told me during the week that he will be the next to fetch £1 million for the club. They sold Dean Richards to Wolves, of course, for well over £1 million last year, and Hamilton, well, I detected a trace of a smile on his face there. I wonder why.
Well, just the start that Chris Kamara and his Bradford team would have wanted. The game was just beginning to settle down, and that's the break they wanted. A little bit fortuitous in the first instance, but you need those breaks in football.
Well, it will certainly open up the game, because Notts County know that they have to score a goal now. Yesterday's match between Plymouth and Darlington went a long, long way before a goal was scored, and an early goal always helps to establish the pattern of a match. Yes,
I agree, John. The game against Plymouth, it looked very unlikely that either side were capable of scoring.
Problem for Colin Murphy. Skidded off the turf, and now Jacobs aims it long towards Stallard. Coming into things now will be shut. Oh, and he's blocked by Murphy, and Mr. Singh may well reach for a yellow card. Sean Murphy, strong man of the Notts County defence.
I personally thought that was harsh. Shutt's there, Murphy's gone out. I think Shutt's made it a little bit more of it, really, and that's not really good. You know, push the referee into creating a booking, and Murphy won't want that with sort of 80-odd minutes, 70-odd minutes to go.
77 minutes to be exact. 13 minutes gone. Jacobs' free kick for Bradford. Swings it in beyond Ward. Both sides have looked dangerous around the penalty areas. Oxford, who's won the right-back spot in preference to Richard Lyburd for Bradford today. It's always a terrible moment for a manager to have to tell a player he's not playing at Wembley.
That's correct. You know, when you're leaving a player out, or somebody who's perhaps played towards the end of the season, you have to make decisions. You realise how you'd feel yourself as a player. But these decisions have to be made. It's like Terry Venables having to make decisions with the England team. Managers have to make it with players as well.
Strong. To the edge of that area where Garner climbs well. Martindale, and it was Youth who just got a boot in, but now it's Finnan. Shooting chance for Finnan, and he took that chance, but Gould had his angles absolutely right.
Yes, he was in the right spot. Could have been a better finish, but he's actually taken the ball. He's checked inside. He's got his there, and he's got the left foot shot in, but there's not a real problem to create for Gould.
Stallard gets the ball tied up in his feet, and so it's one-on-one here. Martindale and Youths. Stallard's header found a way past Strodden when it shouldn't have done, and now Shutter's nicked the ball away from Murphy, and that's the first sign of sloppy defending in the game. And now Hamilton goes crashing down, ditto Stallard, and they're all over the place there, Notts County. And they've got away with that. They really did create some problems for themselves then. Hamilton's down injured for the moment. It's the yellow shirts who sweep forward, and there's danger here to Bradford. Well, there was until Martindale stubbed the ball directly to Jacobs, who puts it out, so Hamilton can have treatment. Dave, Notts County were all over the places then.
Yes, there was. I think actually in the challenge with Hamilton, I believe Strodden injured himself. He was laying down, and you can see there was, this is the challenge here, where he's gone in a little bit late.
Garner will try and work his way across field here. It is Rodgers who tipped forward into no man's land.
Yeah, there was a good position where Paul should have used the ball better there. Garner had come inside, there was a little takeover, and really needed to be rolled out to the left-back Barrowclough just to get themselves forward. At the moment, they're just a little bit frenetic, Notts County. You know, the goal seems to have made them, in terms of energy, want to step up the pace, but they're not showing quite enough composure on the ball. Young Martindale up front on one or two occasions, taking up good positions, but actually his first touch has not been a very good standard today.
Just got a glimpse there of Colin Murphy and Steve Thompson. They must already be wondering what they can say at half-time to change the way the game's going, because County haven't really created a chances yet.
I think they'll be asking their two front players, Battersby and Martindale, to be more reliable when the ball gets up to them, and also the midfield players to get into the game.
Stallard is battling his way through here, and feeds it into Shots back, and Shot with the shot. It'll come back here for Kiwomya. The chance is still there for Bradford. It'll be teed up for Duxbury now. Smacks it straight against Rogers, who covered well.
That was a good chance for Bradford there. That looked like it had the hallmarks of a goal on it, and Notts County would be pleased to survive that incident.
Stallard battled his way through. We'll have a look at that again in a moment, but let's see what happens now as the move develops with Mitchell's pass. She was going around in circles, wanting Kiwomya's support. And Kiwomya is hauled down by Finnan, and Bradford will have a free kick. And the reaction there of young Derry is that he felt that Kiwomya rather conned the referee. Nonetheless, it's a Bradford free kick, and they've got 4 in the area. It's from Jacobs. Mitchell went just off the top of his head. Hamilton retrieves it. And they've pulled Murphy out of the area. But, well played there by Richardson. Well, let's have a look at what happened there. Carl Schutt certainly was in a good position when Stallard fed him in.
Yeah, it's good play by Stallard. He knew where he was. Carl Schutt's in a good position. His first touch could have been a little bit better. He struck it, and the keeper's got the block on there. And again, Bradford have picked up the recovery of the ball with Kiwomya, and really, again, they've had an opportunity to finish a little bit better. That wasn't the best choice.
Carl Schutt, who is, I understand, going to be offered terms by Bradford again next season. It was said he was going to leave the club, but I understand he will be offered terms now. His hand season form has been excellent. I feel that Notts County need a break somehow. They're working hard and trying to find one, but they're just not piecing it together at all.
I think that was sort of indicative of County's play, you know, that final ball or the pass has been a bit sloppy and decision-making's not been as good. And Bradford, one could say, you know, deserved to be the goal up, and having gone one up, you know, they seem to be fairly confident, whereas County seem just to be a little bit more frustrated by the occasion or the goal going in against them. But there's 2/3 of the game still to go, so there's a long way before this one's over.
Notts County actually finished 5 points behind Oxford, or second. This is the system we've got in this country. Bradford, who finished in 6th place with 19 points behind champions Swindon. Doesn't matter, they could actually go up together.
That's right, it's been proved in the past with the playoffs, and they're certainly here to stay.
It will provide excitement, that there is no doubt. Here is Derry trying to provide some for Notts County. And the service in is not bad, and Martindale's header is probably the first chance. It was Richardson, actually, not Martindale. He does climb well. I saw him when he played for Dagenham and Redbridge, and he does get up well in the air.
That's right, when he was at Birmingham, he's a good leaper. And that was, as you say, probably the nearest in terms of actually a goal scorer.
Battle of the 2 number 8s there, and it's Bradford who emerge with the ball, and on goes Kiwomya. This is where he excites supporters, when he runs with the ball tight to his boots like that. Oh, that's a disappointing ending from Schutt. Another shot for nothing then. Well, they come in all shapes and sizes. A committed Bradford City fan.
That's what you look like when you've been supporting for 25 years and haven't won anything.
Tony Battersby scored 3 goals in the last 6 games, including 2 against Brighton and Hove Albion. He's not had a sniff of a goal so far today. Schutt knocks the ball, tries to get it over Murphy. He'll be pressurised by Stallard.
I would think Colin Murphy and Steve Thompson would be happy to go in 1 down so they can do some repair work and get them coming out the second half, because at the moment they're not really causing Bradford any great problems.
Well, they did the job at Crewe. They were 2 down at Crewe at half-time and came back to get a 2-2 draw and then won the second leg. If ever Notts County needed a goal, it's now 2 minutes before the break. Chris Kamara will be hoping that his side hold on to that one-goal advantage. Slim as it is, it's important. Locked in here to Murphy. He climbed well. It'll come back to Finnan, who will shoot, and it's charged down by Duxbury, and then Shutt directs it almost back towards his own penalty area. And almost for the first time, you hear a bit of a Notts County roar go up. They really are outnumbered in terms of support. But they're coming now at Bradford in this closing minute of the half, and they're 3 in the middle. Battersby. Jacobs got the foot in, and Shutt first time, hammers it down there, and Stallard will test his pace against Strodder, who's done well. That's good defending from Gary Strodder. But Stallard can be quite a handful with his pace. They paid £110,000 to Derby County for Mark Stallard, and he's proved a good signing with 11 goals for Bradford.
That's right. Lenny, since Lenny went, 9 of the team basically were here when Lenny Lawrence was there, and what Chris has done is he's brought Mark Stallard and Brightwell in and added it to the team, and for Chris they fitted in nicely, although obviously Brightwell will be disappointed missing, you know, the final game today.
11 goals this season. One of them was actually for Derby before he's moved to Valley Parade. And here he is again, Stallard to Kiwomya, who's confronted by a yellow brick wall. Rodgers who brought it away. Again, Notts County are just struggling with their passing, and they seem to be sort of stretching and overstretching with every pass. There's been nothing concerted. Yeah,
they look a little bit nervous when they've actually got the ball, County. They don't seem as relaxed on the ball as one would want them to be.
There's the flick, almost to Stallard. Mr. Singh sends the teams away to the dressing room here. They'll head for the tunnel with Bradford City having wrested the initiative thanks to their youngest player, 19-year-old Des Hamilton, with an extraordinary goal which owed everything to tenacity. So at half-time at Wembley in the second division playoff final, it's Bradford City 1, Notts County 0. When they are going to score against Bradford. In the 2 league games during the season, Bradford won 2-0 at Meadow Lane and 1-0 at Valley Parade. And here we are at half-time at Wembley, with Notts County trailing by 1-0 again. But on the attack straight away, Gould clears. Owen's a long ball up the middle, met by Strodder. Flicked on by Richardson. Did well there, and Battersby's touchback has found Martindale, but Martindale's first touch has let him down on numerous occasions today already.
Yes, that's been a bit of a problem with the Notts County team. The first touch on a lot of the players hasn't been of the required standard. They've taken up some good positions, but when the ball's actually played to them, we saw Martindale in a position where he could run, and he's just over-controlled the ball.
That is into the wisdom of a manager, Dave. What will Colin Murphy and Steve Thompson have spelled out to their team? Well,
I would think he would say we've got to improve in the second half. We can't possibly play as bad as perhaps we did in the first half. And you know, we're in the game still. It's 1-0 down. We've got to be looking to get a goal back into this and put Bradford under pressure.
There goes the flying Kiwomya, and he's tackled from behind by Richardson, and that has to be a booking. You cannot tackle from behind these days.
Well, I think you can tackle from behind as long as you actually win the ball, and it'd be interesting to see. And obviously the referee didn't think that Richardson had won the ball, so if that's the case, then you are going to receive a booking.
9 out of 10 times, though, Dave, it's very difficult to win the ball from behind. Actually, that's right. Did take it cleanly, to be fair.
That's right. I mean, I think it's unfair on occasions. I think, you know, referees are led to believe anything that's from behind is automatically illegal, and that's not the case. What also interests me when I see some of these games in Italy and Germany, they don't seem to have the bookings for the similar things. People say that they end up with as many bookings as we do, but I wonder whether they're all for the similar incidents or whether they're more, you know, different type of offence.
Bradford got the early goal in the first half. They're looking for one here in the second, with Shutt's shot a long way wide. Never got behind it, really. More power in that effort. from the Supporters Player of the Year. Down on that Bradford bench, Chris Kamara. Behind him, Brian Edwards. He well remembers Wembley. He was a player for Bolton Wanderers against Manchester United all those years ago. Rodgers. Derry. And there is Martindale. And loud shouts from the Notts County supporters who felt that Martindale was bundled off the ball rather unceremoniously. No foul. Notts County have certainly started much more promisingly in this half. They've grasped the metal a little in midfield. But what Colin Murphy has done is virtually changed this team around. From the side that played Bradford in August, there are only 2 survivors, so that's what a clear-out he's had.
That's correct. I think sometimes when a side does get relegated, the team does have to change, particularly in the lower leagues, and that's what Steve Thompson and Colin Murphy have done with them.
That's a good ball. Martindale's header was a good one too, and it skimmed wide of the right-hand upright. Gould had it covered, but Martindale at last has had a sniff of a goal.
Yes, that was quite a good chance. Young Finnan got a good little turn in. He's checked to go out, come back on his left foot, and he's pushed it in on the goal. And Martindale's got a nice little touch, and that's got the keeper scampering there.
Oh, a slip here by Stronach, and that's let Stallard in. Can he benefit from this? No, because Ward gets his legs to the ball, and that would have been very unfortunate for Strodder and for Notts County.
Yeah, I think Strodder was hesitating whether to pass it across to a back player or whether to clear the ball up the line. And all of a sudden he's taken his eye and he slipped, and Stallard's got an opportunity. As he pulled it, he should have really pulled that back to shut.
It's easy from here, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
That was a chance. They have another corner, conceded by Martindale. I guess if he'd have looked up there was shot coming in, and there was a player on the far side as well. Bradford's corner, they're coming from Huxford. They've got shut, almost treading on Ward's toes there to make life uncomfortable. That's Mowen's header, and it's wide. Nicky Mowen, who's got 4 goals for Bradford this season, all of them at Valley Parade. You'd remember one at Wembley rather more. Towards long clearance, again by Mohan, and then Rodgers and Richardson almost wrest the ball away, and it finds its way out to Agana, supported by Barraclough. Matters was in space. Agana can find him. Instead he goes for the cross and wins the corner. And there is a roar now from those Notts County supporters. They are here.
I think that's Notts County's first corner, isn't it?
They certainly have been very muted today. County brought 17,000 and then 23,000 to their previous playoff appearances here. Nothing like as many today. They have this corner from Finnan, and Murphy's in there. It's cleared well and shut and essay the ball forward. And here goes Kiwomya. Radcliffe read it well. There he shows a full head as well. There is the Bradford chairman, Geoffrey Richmond, on the left of your shot, just leaning forward there. Inside his wife. And you feel something's got to happen in this game soon. And here Finnan battles away and he's blocked. And that was Eddie Youds who simply stood in the way of Finnan. And Notts County have a chance here to set something up.
So there's a little inconsistency. If you say that Youds has blocked to Finnan there, exactly the same as what happened with Murphy in the first half. And really, you've got to say that that's a booking if you're going to do one for the other.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Finnan's recovered sufficiently and to continue, and Barraclough will knock this free kick in. Now then, can Notts County get that break that they so seriously want? Barraclough can actually hit them quite hard. Looks as though he's lining himself up here, and there is the shot. And it It was Hamilton who came to Bradford's rescue. He actually scored from a 40-yard free kick last year, Barraclough, against Hereford for Mansfield, so he can hit a ball.
He's got a nice left foot, and that was a good delivery.
The Garner's gone in. Battersby and Murphy are inside the 6-yard area too, and Martindale at the back post. Needs a good delivery for Notts County here. It's headed out rather dangerously, and yet Bradford come on the break themselves, and they're 3 up against 2 here. Stallard is the one in possession. Shot wants it delivered across to him, and he was coming in, but headed away firmly to Hamilton. Notts County have men back now. Jacobs for Kiwomya. Take on Murphy and gets the corner. And Notts County certainly had a chance from that free kick and corner.
Yes, that's right. At least they're exerting pressure, and this half they've probably just got the edge fractionally over Bradford.
Much more even contest. Certainly was that County just never got going in the first 45 minutes, and they've 28 minutes left to stay alive this season. Of course, we could have extra time if they do get an equaliser. Here it is swung in. Yount was coming for it. It's a good ball. Hamilton to Mitchell. Sort of try and find a cross somehow. Not that too far. Yes, I thought it was dead. Graham Mitchell, who was here 2 seasons ago with Huddersfield for the auto windscreen final. And his game is all about battling. Well, the Wembley crowd today, the figure is 39,972, a little less than there was anticipated, and almost 4,000 down on the 3rd division final. Too many balloons down there for my liking at the moment.
That was a bit better passing from Notts County. They showed a little bit more composure there. The final ball wasn't as good as Barraclough would have liked it, but they kept the ball for a couple of passes there and were able to work their way down the field.
25 minutes left. Now Barraclough. And it's charged down by Huxford, corner for Notts County, who are certainly imposing themselves far more on the second half.
I think it just goes to prove on how many occasions when you're in front, if you can kill the game off by scoring the goals, if you don't, or it's 0-0 or there's 1 goal in it, it lets the other team back into it. There's always an opportunity or a chance that they can get back into the game.
Gurnham plays some good crosses in. Need one here. The keeper and Murphy, and it's scrambled away. And the final shot from Richardson charged down. Gold had come out there, and now he can claim it. And still that thought persists, Dave, that County just not getting a lucky break inside the area.
No, that's right. I mean, that was quite a good corner, and it caused a few problems, and they had to get their blocks in. It's up there, the keeper's come, which perhaps he shouldn't have done, and there's a block, and you see another one, but Bradford have got a lot of players there, and they've got a couple of important blocks in there to stop County hitting the target.
Bradford, of course, are looking for a famous double there, really, today, in that they're not Nottingham Forest out of the Coca-Cola Cup. Now they're looking to beat the other Nottingham side. And they're on course with 20 minutes to go, but here comes County's Battersby, who turns well and hits the shot. And did Gold get a fingertip to that? I fancy he did. The best effort by a mile that we've seen from a Notts County player.
He's got that in the bag, and he doesn't do that enough. I've seen him do that many, many times as a youth player and a reserve team player, and he's got that ability to score goals. Sometimes I think he's ended up getting in the areas where he doesn't score enough goals or to cook opportunities to score goals.
And that's brought the Notts County crowd to life, and it's flicked across his own area by Shutt. Richardson climbs well. Murphy gets up there too. It's bobbling around all over here. Strodder, Gold with the punch out. It's a good one, and it releases Stallard of Bradford. That was a frenetic spell inside the Bradford area, and now Stallard, Finnan trying to push him out of the way. Still Stallard. Majority view there seemed to be that that would be a Bradford ball, but the referee says it's Notts County's throw. And Ian Ormonroyd, Sticks as they call him in Bradford for obvious reasons, is going to come on as substitute here for another Wembley appearance. And Des Hamilton, who scored that early goal for Bradford, Well, is he going to be the hero of the day? We will know in 19 minutes. And he gets terrific ovation from the Bradford supporters as he gives way for the experienced Ormonroyd. Ian Ormonroyd, who played here for Leicester City, was once sold to Aston Villa by Bradford for £650,000. Graham Taylor paid that much for him. And he's ending his, well, not ending his career, but he's back at Bradford these days. And he's got some vital goals this season, including 2 against Nottingham Forest. Fulfilled an ambition without question at the age of 19 in scoring a goal at Wembley. Looking to be the winner. Bradford boy too. Here's Ormonroyd with his first contribution, and Duxbury's wrestled to the ground by Rodgers. Shake of the head from Paul Rodgers, who's also making his Wembley debut. Didn't quite make your team, did he, Dave, when Sheffield United
No, he didn't. No, he didn't play that day.
Shut now. Bradford could afford to slow it down a little. Huxford will knock it back up there, and Ormonroyd with the flick. 2-0 to Bradford City. Mark Stallard. Kamara sent on Ormonroyd. Ormonroyd flicked the ball on inside 2 minutes. Stallard rammed it into the roof of the Notts County net, and that's why Bradford arms are raised in salute.
Where you see the ball in, one saying that Ormonroyd's in actual fact they're defending a bit too deep, Notts County, but well played to Ormonroyd, who got the little touch, and Stallard does well. He picks Murphy off, gets inside him and finishes very well. I think that'll be the end for Notts County.
Mark Stallard, £110,000 from Derby County, has repaid his manager and those supporters. It's his 3rd goal in the last 4 games, and he repeats the winner he scored against Notts County soon after his arrival at the club. Ormonroyd again onto Stallard. Well, it is amazing, isn't it, Dave? I mean, Ian Ormonroyd, 6'4", and Chris Kamara gambled really in leaving him on the bench, and he's repaid him as soon as he's come on.
Well, Chris had to make a decision on front players, and he decided on Carl Shutt and Mark Stallard as the 2 to start with, and he wouldn't have made that decision willy-nilly. He obviously thought that perhaps that was more mobility that would cause problems, and it had done quite well, and you use your substitutes at the right time. He may have done that due to Hamilton being injured, but it's come on and it's given the team a slightly different dimension.
It's going to be interesting to see how Notts County react now. They've got 16 minutes left in which to achieve their dream of winning promotion at the first attempt. But they are 2 adrift now, 2 goals behind. This is a dangerous game they're playing now. As Kiwomya closed down on Derry. Colin Murphy, a shake of the head. He looks a worried man there. His chairman desperately wants the club to be back up, of course, as near the top of football as possible. But they've a lot to do to achieve that now. Well, it's the Bradford fans who are whistling now. They want to hear Mr. Singh's whistle. Tommy Wright will dash down here to put pressure on Murphy. Ward has to control it. Oh, and he's gone down, and I think there'll be an apology there from Stallard. I think he did catch him unintentionally.
Well, I don't think you anticipate as a centre-forward that the goalkeeper is going to do a yo-hang.
3 minutes to go. Ormonroyd. Duxbury's boot may have been a little high there, but the referee saw fit to let that go. And Bradford are happy enough because Wright is battling there with Derry, and he'll have a free kick out of this. And Notts County just losing a little bit of composure now. It's understandable. Marvellous moments these if you're a winner.
Yeah, these are great days when you win, and that's what it's about. Losers, it becomes disappointed, and you forget sometimes the glory you've had getting there. But you know, they're wonderful moments, and you want to go to Wembley and win them. I think Chris Kamara at least can probably relax now and think that you know, he's going to be in the Embassy League Division 1 next year. He'll be apprehensive, but
doesn't look very relaxed, does he? And Hamilton behind him, who got the first goal. What a story that is for a 19-year-old Bradford boy. He'll become a hero, a legend, won't he, in the city because of that. There's a long delay here, and the referee, Mr. Singh, is having words with Duxbury.
I think what had happened, Notts County had taken the throw in the wrong place, and he awarded it back to Bradford.
Bradford last played in the first division, as the second as it was then in 1990. Here goes Ormonroyd and put the ball in. Barraclough takes it back towards his own keeper, and they'll chase anything now as shot they've done. His dream hasn't quite come true yet. He dreamt that he was going to get the winning goal. He won't mind so long as he's a winner.
He won't mind. Bit of psychology there.
A minute of normal time remains. And Wright will keep this in. Derry helped him do so. Good turn from Rodgers. And a good ball down the line. Here is Martindale. Can they cause a palpitation for Bradford right at the end? Garner gets up. Here is Richardson. And shot denied him. And they gave him it back. But it doesn't matter. It's a goal. And Carl Shutt's smiling there. I think he knows it's all over. And I think they know it's all over too.
Yeah. They'd be looking and thinking in the first half they didn't do enough.
And Notts County, I don't think, can complain, because on the day they've been very much second best. But they will try again with Richardson now. Richardson again. Now Jones. There's the shot, and it's wayward. What a start to your managerial career. Took over from Lenny Lawrence mid-season. He was always full of confidence in his players, and it looks as though they're going to be able to start planning trips to Main Road and Bramall Lane.
That's right. I mean, it's ideal for Chris. It's been a great start for him. He's carried on the good work that Lenny Lawrence had done with the team. He's had a little bit of luck at the right time with the late run, and they're going to be in that division, and they won't worry.
Barraclough. One last assault by Notts County. The ball is a good one in for Jones. Oh, and then he tried to play it back for Garner, and it's Bradford who break with Wright. Through the middle he goes, on by Stallard. Still Wright will charge on. The referee says play on as well. And if Wright can get a decent ball across here, Bradford... I think we can forget about that now.
I don't think even Tommy Wright would be too worried about the fact that went behind the goal.
No. And again, I think Mowen's had a good game at the centre of Bradford's defence. And a good signing from Leicester City.
That's right, an experienced player.
Mr. Singh looks at the watch. Bradford City are in Division 1. And their players sink to their knees. Chris Kamara is shaken by the hand by Steve Thompson, and now he can get onto that pitch and grab hold of his players, just as Youds grabs hold of Mowen there. It's a memorable day for the fans and for the city. All their ambitions and dreams have come true in 90 minutes. Stallard there, one of the goal scorers. Hamilton there, he was the other one. Desolate moments, obviously, for Notts County, whose season is petered out in defeat here at Wembley, the worst place of all for it to happen. They will say, well, at least we got there, but it's Bradford who take the glory and the salute of their supporters. And is there a happier young man in the city of London tonight than 19-year-old Des Hamilton there, who got Bradford on their way after only 8 minutes with a stunning strike. And victory was completed, really, when Mark Stallard rammed the ball into the Notts County net with just 16 minutes to go. Youds, the captain, celebrates the fact that Bradford City, Stallard among them there, will play in Division 1 next season. We'll be back with the presentation of the trophy and reaction from the Bradford heroes in just a moment.
First thoughts on that?
Oh,
Oh, unbelievable. What a dream. What a dream. Look at all these fans. Unbelievable. What a day.
What does it mean to you? You're a Bradford lad.
Yeah, everything in the world. Unbelievable. Different class. You know, speechless really.
Joyful they are indeed. And a specially commissioned trophy will now be presented to the Bradford captain Eddie Youds in his first full season with the club. And followed up the steps by Jonathan Gould, who's on loan from Coventry City at the moment. But he's very much a Bradford City man at the moment as well. And I think I was his dad Bobby there, just a quick glimpse of him.
Yeah, he'd be proud and he'd be pleased. He might even pick him for player for Wales.
So Eddie Youds will write his name into the legends of Bradford City Football Club. It's the finest moment a player can enjoy, to walk up those steps. Congratulated by the chairman of Bradford, Mr. Geoffrey Richmond. Wonderful moment for him too, as the chairman who left Scarborough to join Bradford City a couple of years ago. But that's what they've come to see. A kiss from the captain, and that means that Bradford are in Division 1. It's going to be a memorable journey back up the M1. And the trophy is being passed along the players as the banners wave. There's Nicky Mohan, who's had an outstanding game at centre-half today. Carl Shutter dreamt of scoring the winning goal. He didn't, but two from Stallard and Hamilton was enough. The Bradford-born Ormond Royd, Jacobs and Mitchell. They are names that will go down now in Bradford's history. And there he is, 19-year-old Hamilton. What a day for him, Dave Bassett.
Yeah, great day. He'll remember that, you know, scoring that first goal and sending him on the way. And, you know, they'll be giving memories for many, many years. You know, that's what Southern Cup football's made about, isn't it?
Nice to see Hamilton there, got a handshake from the Notts County chairman, Derek Davis. There was an inevitable disappointment up there, Notts County. He won't be showing what it meant to him. Richard Huxford, they all get a commemorative medal. In many ways, Tommy Wright with the trophy now. You get actually more from coming to Wembley than you do by winning promotion by not coming here.
Well, it's certainly the second team that gets promotion doesn't get anything at all. Bradford will have a trophy in their room and they'll have a medal to commemorate today. And the team that's second, Oxford United, will have nothing. It seems a bit strange to me. If you're going to do that, really you should do runners-up medals as well. And these should be playoff medals. And it's a good point. I think the Football League should certainly consider that.
Chris, what about this?
Absolutely magnificent. I didn't sleep a wink last night. I had about 35 minutes, so I did sleep a wink. I had about 35 minutes, but I dreamt of this all the time. It just kept going through my mind how my team would play. They would play football and they would win.
Did they do it, do you think?
They did magnificent, every single one of them. There was, you know, 11 heroes, and really, I mean, I get a lot of the credit, but the players deserve an awful lot of credit. They were magnificent.
Some people are going to call that an inspired substitution. Second touch, I think.
Yeah, I wasn't bothered as long as we scored from it and took the pressure off a little bit. Because at 1-0, you're always feeling a bit uncertain, so it's just brilliant. You know, my hometown club, and I played here 2 years ago with Leicester, and this is better because my hometown club, you know, it's superb. Just so pleased for all the fans, like, you know, tremendous. Brilliant. Brilliant stuff.
Great atmosphere.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, they've been superb, you know. They've come and supplied us, it's been brilliant.
Rocking all over!
Tremendous. Right, John.
They were selling those banners at 6 o'clock at the ground this morning. Remember the opportunists, the chairman had them on sale down at Leicester Forest Service Station as well. Well, why not?
I think they might be stopping on the way back.
I think they will. It's a big, big day for Bradford, this. Probably the most famous they've had since 1911, when they won the FA Cup at Crystal Palace. That was before Wembley.
They've enjoyed the day, and as Chris Kamara said, that they have deserved to win on the day. They were the better team over the 90 minutes, and I think the Notts County players and also Colin Murphy and Steve Thompson will appreciate that as well. And they're going to enjoy their day, and why shouldn't they?
Right, Geoffrey, how do you rate this?
Got to be my greatest moment, the team's greatest moment, the supporters' greatest moment, wonderful.
Is it quite emotional for you?
Very much so, yeah. But it's just wonderful. Just look at the Bradford fans as we talk. This is a lifetime ambition for so many of them. Come to Wembley and win in style. What could be better?
You said before that this was obviously a great day for the club to come here. Now, what about it now after you've won and you're in the First Division?
Well, the hard work starts tomorrow. I'll be sitting down with Chris and we'll be sorting a few things out, including his contract, and then he can go away on his holiday on Thursday with the players, and we'll get ready for Division 1.
Confident of a success next season as well?
Well, let's enjoy the success of right now. I can tell you that one word we won't be using is consolidate. We're not about consolidation. We'll be going into Division 1 to make our mark. Thank you very much.
We thoroughly deserved it. We played the football. Notts County gave their all, but they looked a little bit tired, and we outran them really. So
we played really well today. People had wrote us off weeks ago, and we just proved today that we can play football, and we deserve to be in the First Division.
Your goal just took a little bit of tension out, didn't it?
Yeah, it did at the time, but I mean, it's always going to be tense. Whatever happens, it's Wembley. They're going to be coming at us, but we held up to it and we got a clean sheet, so we've done well.
First Division next season?
Yeah, looking forward to that. So it's another challenge. So let's see what we can do.
Talk us through the goal.
I don't know. All I can remember is shutting it down. I was just carrying on running with it, and I knocked it in. Brilliant.
I think everybody thought you were going to go down on the box.
Yeah, so did I. Somehow kept my balance and knocked it in there.
Most memorable moment of your career?
Oh, by far. Brilliant.
You're a local lad. What does this mean when you see this and look around Wembley?
Oh, unbelievable. Like I said, local lad, youngest lad in the team. And to see this, it's just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
It's all smiles down in that tunnel. Smiles and songs and celebration and champagne to come.
So Bradford City's first ever trip to Wembley ends in triumph. They'll be playing First Division football next season. A memorable day for 30,000 City fans and for the players. The celebrations will continue long into the night. From Wembley, goodbye.
The boys are going!